I just want to get light stick and start. Ooh. Hang on. Oh snap, it looks like we got a new BAND-MAID song here, and it looks like it is the opening theme to an anime called Rock is a Lady's Modesty. Not exactly sure what that title means or what the anime is. It's super hard for me to find time to watch anime these days, but you know, if there's something really, really good out there, I'll try and get on it. But otherwise, we have a lot of these reaction videos to do and gaming and other stuff like that for the channel. So this song is called Ready to Rock. Love the title already. I am ready to rock, that's for sure. But I should probably take a sip of water first because I am a little bit exhausted. I've had a rough couple of days at work and today's finally my day off. So I'm excited because we can finally rock. Thanks to BAND-MAID, of course. Right, guys, I don't want to waste too much time. Let's dive right into this reaction. Here we go. Okay, a bit of silence. I'm ready. Stop. I need the bass to come in now. Wow, what an interesting start. And I feel like it kind of proves me wrong on an earlier comment I made when it comes to like certain J-rock songs sounding like a very specific way for anime opening titles. This has started very different and not in a way that I would expect, but also it's refreshing. And I wanted to stop it there because I really actually want to jump back to the start. There was some really cool guitar work going on there and I want to hear that again. And it's interesting that it was just the guitar and the drums started off, then everyone came in. And there's just a different vibe to it altogether. There's like this really obscure pattern happening on the guitar at the same time as the vocals are happening as well. I'm not sure how to quite explain that. I don't know if my music theory knowledge goes that far. I'm sure that might be some kind of key or mode that the guitar parts are sort of sticking to. But before we continue, that intro part is reminding me of something and it's just scratching at my head right now. Oh, okay. It's not exactly like what I'm thinking of, but it reminded me of Panic Attack by Dream Theater. Not in exactly the same kind of realm or genre, because I feel like Panic Attack is more progressive metal, but the riff itself was very similar. And I think the drums kind of come in very similar too, but what's missing is the whole theatrical element, which is what Dream Theater have with the bass and the sort of low synths. But this is still cool. I like that it's got that bit of a raw edge to start off the song, and then it just goes full on, and especially the drums doing that double kick pattern as well at the start. Really cool. Let's listen to that again. Even that count in. That chromatic. Yeah, we can still hear it. Pull back a bit. Nice fill. Ooh. Did the okay hands. I remember, oh man, almost like probably 8 years ago now. That was like the biggest trend as a graphic designer to hide an okay hand in designs. This video had some really interesting creepy vibes actually, because before they all started moving and doing the okay hand, they were all kind of just frozen in time while the band were moving around and singing and playing the song. So it's kind of creepy seeing everyone just kind of still in the background and stuff. But I'm trying to piece together what might be happening here. Maybe all these students are people that are ready to rock and they're kind of like being awakened by the music, you know? The music is what is pumping them up and getting them ready to rock. And maybe these sort of like dance movements that they're doing are their way of, you know, starting up. Yes, I'm suggesting that they're robots. We've got an army of robots ready to rock. I think that could potentially be what's happening there. Without me knowing too much of the context or anything about the anime, that could be an interesting way of looking at it. But I really like what's going on so far. The drums and the bass, just in that last part, was so good. Like the real crispiness of the lower slap on the bass mixed with the full drum fills around the kit. So cool. We've got to dial that back and just hear that again. Look at that nice bass guitar too. That is a nice bass guitar. And look, it's got some wear and tear on it, but I feel like that has a story to tell, you know? I like seeing that, those little details, the imperfect details on this bass there. Personally, I prefer clearer guitars, but I like when other people have that sort of vintage look and they rock it. My guitar is a Fender Jazzmaster and there isn't any sort of paint peeling off it just yet, but there is a lot of dust and it probably needs some new strings. But apart from that, there isn't any real sort of wear and tear. But I don't tour like BAND-MAID do, obviously, so there's that. All right, I really want to hear the bass and the drums again. That was really cool. Let's have a listen. I can hear those like really cool bass fills in the background. Ooh! Ooh! Hang on. That I've heard that somewhere before, but right now I couldn't care less because that belonged there. You know what I'm saying? That just really worked there. I suppose it's a musical phrase rather than something that can be owned by someone. I don't know. Can't remember what song I've heard that in before, but I've definitely heard it. I don't think I actually rewinded it back to the part I was thinking of when I mentioned the bass and the drums. Regardless, that was cool. And I really like that little chorus bit that we just went through. It's all very sort of high octane, and I really like how the bass is cutting through the mix. There are so many cool little parts that are happening all at the same time, and I love it. Normally, I talk about some of the visuals as well when it comes to these reactions. So far, I don't really have many comments on that. I suppose I've just noticed some lighting things. So they've gone between blue and pinks and they've gone between blue and oranges or reds. So color wise, this video is staying in sort of a harmonious palette, aside from this frame here where we've got green and pink, which I'm not sure how close green and pink is on the color spectrum. But apart from that, cinematography is great. I feel like I'm always mentioning the cinematography. Camera angles are cool. Each of the band members are framed really well. Even, you know, the positioning of this crash, kind of like this separator between the two collars and the two members of the band. And then you've got Kanami and Akane kind of in a good position where we can see their full silhouette, if that makes sense. So there's nothing in the background that's obstructing them, and it's just a solid collar, which in my opinion is great framing. Like the camera could have gone somewhere where this blackboard in the background could have been behind her, but instead they chose to leave some negative blank space, which I think is very important for clarity and contrast in shots in general. I've experienced this myself when I've gone out to shoot videos, especially in an area where it's like a grassy plain, but then you've got trees in the background. You've got to be careful with some of those trees sometimes, because sometimes when the subject is standing in front of the tree, you lose the subject entirely. Like the tree is just distracting from seeing the subject. So I think that this shot here is really well filmed. There's some really cool details that have gone into this video. It's a relatively simple video, but I think the primary focus of this video is obviously BAND-MAID and their musical abilities, but also to have this song suitable for the anime that it's for. Anyways, let's get back into the reaction. I feel like that's a news thing. I like that octave guitar. I just want to get light stick and start. Batten. Did she kick the drums? Ooh. Hang on. What was that? There was like a really cool, like little musical bit there. A really nice little gold nugget of music. Let's listen to that. Yeah, that note there. I don't know if that note is used anywhere else in this song, but it's such a tasteful addition, especially as we're approaching the end of the song. I like it. BAND-MAID are always surprising us with this sort of stuff. All right. Anyways, we're going to keep reacting. Ooh. And it's like fading out a little bit. Oh, they are ready to rock now. Ooh. Cool little static noise there to end it. Very nice. What a song, guys. What a song. There's so many like cool little musical bits happening in there. I heard a lot of Muse influence in there. I don't know about you guys. You're probably going to be in the comments like, what are you talking about? But I heard it. I think I've said this in a previous BAND-MAID song as well. Maybe it's not necessarily Muse. Maybe it's more of a Baroque classical thing. And of course, Muse was also inspired by that sort of stuff. But it's interesting, right? Hearing those sort of elements and going back to Muse. But at the same time, there's that whole BAND-MAID element to it. It's an explosion of energy and it's in its own space when we're thinking about rock music in general. I kind of get the concept. From what I'm understanding, they're giving lessons to these people on how to rock, okay? These students who are in the class, perhaps they're all suffering from brain rot, you know, the Italian brain rot stuff that's happening a lot recently. And rock is like the cure for that. Like they have to be completely reprogrammed to learn how to rock again. I don't know. I'm just saying. I feel like that's what we need right now. We need to get out of all this brain rot that is essentially rotting our brains away and learn how to rock again. Get back out there and realize that maybe there's more out there than just Italian brain rot or mumble rap music, you know, for lack of better words. I think this is a slapper of a song. I really like what they did at the end there where they all was almost zombie-like in a way, but they were vibing with it. And then BAND-MAID felt like by the end of the song, that's the time where these people need to hear the full performance. And I think that could also be a message to us as well. While all this stuff that we consume on the daily could be funny, could be entertaining, there's still like a whole other element to life that we need to not entirely neglect. So let's get ready to rock. Anyways, I think that's going to be it for this reaction video. I hope you guys enjoyed it as usual. Please do smash the like button, comment down below letting me know your thoughts on the song, and please subscribe if you're not already subscribed. We're going to try and do a giveaway once we hit a ridiculous milestone goal of 100,000 subscribers. Hang on, battery died. I'm just going to talk over the music video. So if we do hit 100,000 subscribers by the time Nintendo Switch 2 drops, we'll look at giving one away to one random subscriber. So as we approach that goal, keep that in mind. Please do share this video around with people that you think may be interested in it, whether they're BAND-MAID fans or anime fans, or maybe music or rock appreciators in general. We love to reach out and connect with more people like that, especially in this community. So anyways, that's going to be it from me today. I hope you enjoyed, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye for now.